I am so excited because today I'm going to show you a slow cooker meal that is so simple and so easy, but it's delicious and healthy, just the way I like to make it. So we're just using a few ingredients. I've got some yellow skin potatoes here. I'm going to leave them with the peel on. You can take it off if you like. I've got a little bit of leftover onion that I had in my fridge that I want to use up. I've got a bag of baby carrots and a bag of green beans, and these are great because they're already washed and trimmed. Simple. Okay, so now all I've got to do really is get the potatoes cut up and season the chicken, and it's all gonna go in this pot. Okay, so actually the hardest part of this whole meal is cutting up these potatoes. So super simple. Now because I'm using the slow cooker and chicken cooks a little bit quicker than like a beef or something, you want these relatively small pieces, kind of like that, because it's gonna cook in about 4 hours. If you had them too much bigger than that, or if you didn't feel like chopping, what I would suggest then is to put them in your microwave just for a few minutes to kind of soften them up a little bit. Is that the worst than like a raw potato to bite into? Right? So I'm gonna cut these up. I love a slow cooker meal because it's something that will last us for a few days. And I like to have this one day and then a couple days for lunch during the week, which is fabulous, right? We're also busy, but I want something healthy. I get so mad sometimes when I get a little bit out of my schedule and I end up, buying something at work. It's never as good and it's always more expensive. We actually had our grandson over yesterday, and he's 12, Charlie, and he's really been getting into doing some cooking too. So it's really fun because we made some just burgers yesterday, but I was able to show him by making some burgers at home with some fries that we did buy. We bought like the frozen kind of fries. But still, it fed Eric, myself, and him, and it was less expensive than it would to be one meal out, like at a fast food. So, and he made great burgers. So, he also makes really good scrambled eggs. He made those for us this morning. So it's really fun, not only cooking, but getting the kids in the kitchen with you. And if he was still here, I'd be having him do this. So a little selfish on my part, honestly, right? Teach him how to cook, a little bit less work for you. Smart grandma. Okay, so I'm getting there. The last potato. And I don't like to waste anything, so this is just a couple pieces of onion I had left over in the fridge. And really, you could throw whatever you like in here. These are just some of the veggies that we like. So again, because it's not cooking super long, I'm gonna make these relatively thin. There we go. Yep. Okay, easy peasy. Okay, so these are gonna go right in on top. Okay. So now everything goes in. I've got a 12-ounce bag of green beans. Those are going right in. I've got 1 pound of the peeled baby carrots. We love these. So sometimes even if there's just more leftover vegetables, I'm good with that. Sometimes I just take that for lunch. So now I like to season things in layers. So I know sometimes it probably frustrates you that I don't always measure things, but you might be using different quantities. So I'm just gonna give this just a good sprinkle over the top, and potatoes can really handle a lot of seasoning. So that's probably about a teaspoon of kosher salt. I love my little grinder here. I'm just gonna get this all seasoned up. All right. Okay, so now I'm throwing in 2 bay leaves, dried bay leaves. We have an amazing garden here. We live in this beautiful townhouse community, and we have these people here that are so fabulous, and they have this herb garden. So this is fresh picked this morning. Got a big sprig of rosemary going in. I've got 4 sprigs of thyme going right in the pot. Okay, so now all I've got to do is season my chicken. And this is super simple. You can add more seasoning if you like. This is a very simple dish because I like to finish it with a squeeze of lime on top. So very simple seasonings. And again, you just kind of want to go above the chicken. This is 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You could use chicken breast would be fine, or a mixture, either one would work. And again, I'm not kind of giving you a measurement. You just want to have a nice coating over the chicken. Same thing with the pepper. I know sometimes you all ask, what's that blue light? It's just a light, that's it. It doesn't do anything for the chicken. It's just kind of pretty. Okay, gonna flip this over. And I leave the fat on there. There's not too much of it, and I'm okay with it because all that's gonna do, fat equals flavor, right? So it's gonna add some more flavor to the dish. I'm just gonna season that, both sides. Get this last guy. Boy, this one's giving me a hard time here. Hands it on. All right, now let me give my hands a rinse. All right, let's finish this up. And like I said, don't be afraid to season, okay? And with the crock pot too, it's kind of the only chance we really get to develop the flavors. Once that top goes on, I'm not touching it until it's ready to eat. Again, season both sides. And I find too, right, when you have gadgets like this, it also makes more fun in the kitchen for the kids, right? So any way you can get them involved, the better. So, oh, actually, before I do that, before I put the chicken on top, this is a half a cup of white wine. This is a chardonnay. You could use whatever you like. I just wouldn't recommend a real sweet wine, but a chardonnay, a Pinot Grigio, Sauvignon Blanc. I'm gonna add a half a cup of chicken stock. I'm just gonna bring it up to 1 cup there. Less dishes, the better, right? So I'm gonna pour the broth and wine over the top of the veggies. And believe it or not, that is enough liquid. And then I'm just gonna add the chicken right on top. It's simple as that. And how nice is this to get on the table right later in the day? So now I'm gonna go out and do the rest of my kind of chores. Okay, just gonna cover this up. This will take 4 to 5 hours on low. So I would check it at 4. The nice thing about using thighs versus using the chicken breast is it's a little bit more forgiving. So if you kind of go a little bit over, it's not gonna dry out on you. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn it on low and I'm gonna check this in about 4 hours. Okay, so it's been a little over 4 hours. My chicken is done, chicken and vegetables. It smells so good in here. This is such a simple recipe, just using a few fresh herbs, carrots, potatoes, little onion, and some green beans. It's amazing. So I'm just gonna plate it up. I'm just gonna get my chicken out of the way here and kind of show you a nice presentation. What I love about these two, like this is kind of a prep day for me. So I'm able to kind of have this done. This is for dinner for us for tonight. I'll also take it to work with me tomorrow. And while this is cooking away for 4 hours, I've got 4 hours to get other things done. So in the meantime, I've made some meatballs. I'm making a baked ziti for some future meals. I'm gonna actually put those in the freezer. Honestly, it's the only way I can kind of keep myself organized. So this is my little branch of thyme. One of them is giving up all its love. So that's gonna go. We're not gonna eat that, wouldn't be so good. All right, so doesn't that look fabulous? So like I said, real simple. White wine, little chicken broth. Get this other branch of rosemary. There we go. Okay. All right, so you get the idea. And you could absolutely brown this chicken up before you put it in your slow cooker. I didn't really for time's sake. Just had a lot going on today. But the chicken comes out so moist, so amazing. And I love the sauce, very simple. All right, doesn't it look amazing? Just squeeze a little bit of lemon on top and it's a beautiful meal. So I know it's just Eric and I, but this will have dinner for tonight and lunches for a couple of days. It's kind of like how I like to prep. So I'm not crazy cooking every night. I hope you enjoy this, very simple. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe and share and click the little bell because that will give you notifications for the next video. All right, enjoy.